Hello, broadcasters. Welcome to episode 210 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. My name's Geige, and I'm here with Dan, of course. Dan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's been a good week. Nice to see folks tuning in from all over the world tonight. We've got Eileen from Philly. Nice to see you here, Eileen. I think I saw Detroit, Michigan as well. Very cool. For anyone new here, Dan and I are the founders of StreamYard. We do these town halls every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific, and we do them for a few reasons. One is to stay in tune with all of you, go through the same flow that you all do with your own shows and productions. Two is to answer any of your questions. That's why we're calling it Ask StreamYard. So if there's anything you'd like us to touch on tonight, feel free to leave it in the chat. We'll do our best to get to as many as we can. We don't actually have a guest tonight. I know last time we had a lot of questions that we weren't able to get to, but tonight we'll have the full time. So if there's anything we didn't get to last time, feel free to leave it again tonight, and we should hopefully be able to get to it. And I always mention the three pillars of StreamYard, which are ease of use, stability, and professional stream. So if you're about those three things, StreamYard is the tool for you. Cool. Before I forget, we do have lots of great shows and content on the StreamYard social channels. We've got YouTube channel reviews with Dee and Daniel the second Saturday of every month. Really great show if you're looking to grow on YouTube. They have all kinds of tips and insights, and they specifically go over individual folks' channels to give advice on things like thumbnails and how to interpret your analytics and how to think about your audience. Really great content if you're looking to grow on YouTube. For specific live streaming content, we have Enhance Your Live Streams the last Tuesday of the month with Nick Nimmin, who's a pro when it comes to all things video and all things live streaming. So definitely check that one out as well. And this year we'll have lots of other fun content coming to the YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that. One thing we've been doing at the start of these is a fun fact so that we get to know a little bit more about you. You get to know a little bit more about us. And the fun fact for tonight was favorite type of exercise. Do you have a favorite type of exercise, Dan?
So many different choices. Growing up, it was hockey for sure. I would actually say now it is still hockey. That's still technically my favorite thing to do. But there's a lot of work to drive to the rink, get on your gear and everything. So the other one for me is definitely just working out, lifting weights in the gym, especially body weight exercises. How about you?
Cool. I should probably do more exercising, but my favorite one is probably just walking. I enjoy being able to listen to audiobooks and music as I walk. So I don't know. I think it counts as an exercise.
Okay, that's good. That's a good one.
All right, we got lots of questions, so we'll start jumping into those in just a second. But I want to make sure I mention, in case you missed it, the last couple town halls, we did recently add some integrations for local recording. So if you're someone who does editing in places like Final Cut Pro or Premiere, you can now directly export your local recordings into those applications, which is really nice because you'll have all the individual tracks synced at the proper timestamps and just makes things a whole lot easier. And then On Air also features thumbnails now. So if you're sharing, a link to an On Air webinar, it will now include the thumbnail that you uploaded with your On Air, which is sort of nice for branding and showing folks what they're going to click versus it showing like a StreamYard image, right?
Yep.
All right, let's see some of what we had here. Magic Mitch says, are you like or connected to vidIQ? So vidIQ is a great tool, but it's a lot different than StreamYard. So vidIQ is all about YouTube analytics. So it's like a Chrome browser extension. They also have a website as well, but a lot of folks use the browser extension to get insights into how their YouTube channel is doing. So, StreamYard is for streaming to YouTube. vidIQ is all about analytics. Data is King says, would there be an option in the future for transitions in between overlays? One thing I've mentioned a few times, Data is King, that I'm really excited about is we do have the team working on some brand new functionality when it comes to giving folks more flexibility when it comes to things like the layouts of StreamYard and sort of how things move from scene to scene within StreamYard, which I think will address a lot of these types of questions. So things like transitions will eventually be included as part of that. So really excited when that's available for you to try it out and to get your feedback. But it's going to be still make sure things are really easy, but give a lot of power under the hood for people that want to go deeper and control sort of more than just what the standard layouts have to offer.
And it also, just as a follow-up question, I'd be curious to know exactly what type of transitions you want to do. So this is just a nice fade between one overlay and another one, or do you want way more advanced transitions? And do you want to be able to control things like how long the fade takes? Just always curious to learn more.
Awesome. Definitely let us know. Magic Mitch also says, I'm new to this channel. How do I sign up? If you're looking to try out StreamYard, Mitch, just go to StreamYard.com. There's a free version of the product, so you can check it out. Burn Eye Science Guy says, I signed up 3 podcasters to use StreamYard this week. Sadly, they forgot to use my referral link. How do I contact the StreamYard Partner Program? So the easiest way to get that sorted out, Burn Eye, would be to either send an email to contact@StreamYard.com. That's probably the easiest way. Or to reach out to support at StreamYard.com/contact. There's a live chat there, but email is probably easiest.
Yep.
Let's see. Cool. Small Town Tourist says, I received my StreamYard pillow, duck, and sweatshirt. Excited to use it as background props in my next stream. Awesome. Small Town Tourist, congrats on winning. And yeah, can't wait to see it in your stream.
Cool.
Muttnut says, hey, StreamYard and everyone from Maryland. I'm celebrating hitting my 4K watch hours today. That's an awesome milestone. Congrats, Muttnuts.
Cool.
Studio Group says, is there a way to incorporate a live link, say your logo, that will link folks out to your website? Do you want to take that one, Dan?
Yeah, definitely. So it's not possible right now with these social platforms to be able to, like, let's say we have this here, I guess, assuming I'm pointing in the right corner here. You can have a logo on the top of your stream, but you can't make that clickable through StreamYard because we're really just kind of sending the stream from StreamYard to YouTube. So it's not like a clickable thing. If you wanted them to actually click your logo on the stream, the most useful thing you can do if you just want to link people out to your own website is to put that in the description and probably right at the top of the description. So that on things like Facebook and YouTube, it will be right in the description. And then in your live stream, you can just point that out to people like, hey, right below, or, it's different places on different platforms, but look in the description, click the link, and then they can go to your website. Or you can also post it in the chat, and you can post it multiple times in the chat throughout the stream. Like, hey, I just posted it in the chat again. And you can do that all right from within StreamYard. So that makes it pretty interactive if you do want to send them out to your website. You can also even put it as a banner. Like, we've showed some banners on screen here. You can just put a banner on screen that says your website, as long as it's easy to type, but then people are having to manually type it. So the link in the chat is usually the easier way to do that. Hopefully that helps.
Cool. Let's see what else we have here. Ghost Nancy says, sometimes it seems like StreamYard is missing messages compared to YouTube chat and StreamYard chat. So Nancy, that sometimes is YouTube might be filtering them out automatically if it deems them to be spam. There's also a few types of filters on the YouTube live chat. Anything else to add to that one, Dan?
Yeah, it shouldn't be like a common thing though. Like if comments are showing up in the YouTube chat on the live stream and you can see them on YouTube, you should see them on StreamYard, except in a few cases like Geige just mentioned. But that shouldn't be like a normal common thing. But yeah, it can happen if like you're doing a bunch of chats really quickly just to test something, and some of them maybe don't show up in StreamYard. That could be because YouTube's just kind of silently dropping some of your messages because there's so many of them. But yeah, it shouldn't be the norm. So if you are getting that a lot, like if you notice they're way different or something like that, it might be worth reaching out to our support team at StreamYard and they can help you with that.
Cool. Yeah, hopefully that's helpful, Studio. And like Dan said, if you want additional help, StreamYard.com/contact.
Yep.
All right, we have lots of other questions here, but there were a couple other ones I wanted to make sure I got to tonight. So let me just quickly mention those. So one topic that has been coming up a lot, especially in this StreamYard Facebook group this week. If you're not part of this Facebook community group on StreamYard, it's definitely a great resource. You can find it if you just type in StreamYard community on Facebook. It should pop right up. There's lots of StreamYard users in there that give lots of great tips and can answer questions and things like that. But wanted to mention it because I know a lot of folks use it. So Snap Camera is apparently officially not being supported after, I think, January 25th. So just wanted to make sure folks were aware. And I was also curious how many of you actually use Snap Camera, if this is like going to be a big loss for all of you. And if maybe, and I just kind of want to get a sense of how important filters are. Like obviously we have in StreamYard the ability to change your background with things like the bokeh effect, but curious, especially now that Snap Camera is going away, how important filters are to you, if that's something that you'd like to see similar to how we do the custom backgrounds, or sorry, virtual backgrounds and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's too bad that it's going away. I'm not sure why that's happening. It's been a pretty popular tool for a long time.
Yeah, definitely. And for anyone who doesn't know what Snap Camera is, it's like, well, as far as I know, it's from Snapchat. It's a downloadable program where you can take your camera and then add different effects to it, maybe a beauty filter, maybe like bunny ears, all kinds of different things, and then kind of use that camera in other programs like StreamYard. So yeah, curious who actually uses it and if it'd be useful for us to add more effects. Also, Michael Daniels had an interesting thought here for back to the question about the logo. Can you make that clickable or something? So Michael actually puts QR codes in the logo area, which is a clever way to do it. Or you can put it as an overlay, same thing. So that's like another option for getting people to go to your website.
Cool. Tomek says, can we have some simple analytics at the end of the stream, like how many views came from which platform, maybe a simple graph with that info? It's a good question, Tomek. We definitely are going to have some basic analytics in the future. I would be curious if beyond the actual view counts from the individual platforms, if there's anything else you'd be keen on seeing. I think generally folks are often pretty happy with the level of detail that you can get from the individual platforms, but definitely understand the benefit of being able to access some of the basic stuff in one place. But super curious if there's anything other than views that would be helpful for you.
Yep.
All right. Marianne says, is the local recording option turned on as a default for live streaming? If it's not, can it be made obvious to turn on before going live as I forget to turn it on? It's a good question, Marianne. So it is not turned on as a default, but it should be on after you've set, so that if you've set it, correct me if this is not how it works, Dan, but I assume we want it to work like this in the future. If it
I know we do it for recording, where if you turn it on, we will keep it on. I can't remember if we do that with live streaming. I'm guessing if you run into this, we probably don't. And we do try to make you aware of it. So when you click to go live in that drop down there, it will say that it's off. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, we might want to explore just having it turn on if you've used it for live streaming before.
Cool.
So good to know. I appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, thanks for letting us know, Marianne. Jim says, can we change the text for on-air thumbnails to be custom as we're using it for events, not webinars? So with the on-air thumbnails, you can upload anything you want. So you can have any text within that thumbnail, but I feel like maybe I'm misunderstanding part of the question. Do you understand this one, Dan?
I'm guessing we're probably using the word webinar somewhere in the copy, like maybe in I think the registration form, for example, when you turn on registration, we might use the word webinar.
Gotcha.
Maybe if you can let us know, Jim, exactly where you're referring to, but we can also just look into that and see if we can kind of make it sound a little more generic so it works for more things. Yeah, the purpose isn't that you have to be doing a webinar. It does also work for events and things like that. So yeah, we want to make sure it sounds right for your viewers.
Yeah, that's also something we'd like to start addressing more too, Jim. It's feedback that we've gotten is giving more flexibility and customization when it comes to sort of like the registration process and what that looks like. So we definitely want to do more there, so you're not sort of stuck with a particular language or anything like that. And if there's any other things you'd like to see with on air, definitely let us know. We haven't gotten to it yet, but that's definitely something we're keen on hearing is how things are going so far on it and the type of stuff you'd like to see. So yeah, this is great feedback.
Yep.
Quest of Oak Island says 1 million watch hours here took 2 years, hit it yesterday. That's incredible, Quest of Oak Island. Cool. Congrats on that.
Yeah, it's an awesome milestone.
Pixelpia says, when do you think we will be able to do sync download of local recordings for DaVinci Resolve? So I don't have an exact date for you, Pixelpia, but we definitely want to continue to support and add more functionality for popular editors. So we'll definitely continue working on that, and we'll likely support it in the future. One thing in the meantime that hopefully is an okay solution is we do have. Do you want to describe the third, like the not?
So we don't have that yet. So we're adding the ability to. I think I mentioned this last time, and this might be what you're referring to, Pixelpia. We're gonna have the ability to kind of align recordings that work on any editor. So it won't necessarily be optimized for that editor specifically, but it should work nicely for any editor. That's in the works now. We're just kind of optimizing it at the moment. So hoping to have that soon, and then I'll be curious once that's out if that works for you, or if you still want to have like one that's even slightly more customized just for DaVinci Resolve. So yeah, let's wait until that's ready, and then we'll go from
there. Arch Lettuce says there's been some trolls in people's streams showing inappropriate things. So if the best thing I can suggest there, Arch Lettuce, is just to be very careful who you share your StreamYard link with. So generally, I would vet any person that you plan on having on the stream, and I would not share it publicly. That's the best way to avoid that.
Yep.
Thanks for the clarification, science guy. So yeah, in that case, we should probably make it more obvious.
Yep. Yeah, we wanted to be careful because we didn't want you to turn it on once and then have it on every single time without realizing that it's on, because that could kind of downgrade the quality of the live stream a little bit if you don't have a really fast computer and good internet connection. But yeah, I get the confusion the other way as well.
That's a good point, or an interesting point. NLTMW, doesn't Snap Camera go against the professional streams pillar? I do think there's some filters that definitely don't. Like, I know tons of folks want like a touch-up filter or a beautify filter, and I think that definitely is still in line with a professional stream. And I think even folks who want to do fun stuff with hats or whatever, I think that can be professional streams. Really just means that it's powerful enough to do the type of content that you want to do, whether that involves you having a cat face or whatever. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be super formal.
All business.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have here. Dan says, who can I email at StreamYard for partner/collaborator opportunities? It's awesome that you're interested in collaborating. Dan, if just shoot an email to contact@streamyard.com or marketing@streamyard.com is the best place for that. Clint says, do you guys have plans to add transitions when adding an overlay instead of it just popping up like a fade in or something similar? So we did recently make an addition for video clips, Clint, now that when you play a video clip, it actually fades in and out. When it comes to, do you have any thoughts on the overlay part of the question, Dan?
Yeah, we've definitely considered it for overlays. I know there's some cases where people really don't want it to do that. So, or at least that's kind of been our hypothesis, is that there's certain cases where it really would cause some issues. So then it would have to be a setting, and we always try to avoid adding too many settings because it can quickly get out of hand, as you're probably familiar with on all kinds of different products you might use. So yeah, I think there might be something coming for that, and something we're exploring. And Geige mentioned this earlier on, like we're exploring all kinds of different options for transitions and how to kind of add some advanced features there, but also make sure that doesn't complicate the product at all. So not sure if we're just going to change it to behave like that. And I'd be curious for anyone else watching, if you'd want overlays in general to always kind of fade in and out the way that the video clips do now, because that'd be a pretty simple change for us. But I do think there's some cases where we won't want to do that. So we'll see. No hard decisions on that yet, but definitely something we're thinking about.
Hey, Charnel, thanks for joining us tonight. Charnel says, good evening. I have to be honest, I'm not loving the scheduled events are now turned into an FB event. FB will only generate the event if it's an ad. Can we please go back to the previous method? So unfortunately, Charnel, Facebook events is something that on Facebook's end that we had to sort of adapt to. It's like a new concept that they're doing for live streams. So unfortunately, we can't really control it or go back. I'm not 100% sure on the. I assume AD means like an ad, like an advertisement, but it should, as far as I know, it generates events under all circumstances, right, Dan?
Yes. Yeah.
So maybe I'm misunderstanding something, Charnel. If you could maybe mean something else by AD, if you could let us know. Masahiro says, can you stream on Twitter? Yes, you can stream on Twitter. It does not have chat functionality at the moment. We're really hopeful that Twitter will improve the API to allow us to pull that from Twitter itself. But right now, it's just a direct stream to Twitter, unfortunately.
Yep.
Let's see what else we had here. Question here from SoCal says, transitions, as you trigger a scene/layout, it starts a GIF overlay or alpha video overlay and then switches to the new scene/layout. Having control over choosing for each scene/layout would be great. So I don't know if you got the beginning of the stream, SoCal, but we are working on some really, really exciting, powerful functionality that's going to give a lot more flexibility when it comes to things like the overall run of show and what the overall layout on your screen looks like. So stay tuned for that. All right. One other topic I should make sure I get to tonight because it's already starting to get a few weeks into 2023. We're just curious if you guys have any big goals for 2023. I know one thing that at StreamYard I think would be, at least maybe it's more of a YouTube goal than a streaming goal, but I think it'd be cool to finally hit the 100,000 subscriber mark. But just curious for all of you if there's anything really big you'd hope to achieve. It's really cool that some of you have already sounded like you've hit some pretty impressive viewer hour or watched hours on YouTube, which is awesome. But curious with other folks if there's any goals specifically for this year. Let's see. Tristan says, question, can you disable the avatar for on-air comments as they show the logo and take up unnecessary space, or will you be adding avatar for guests? That's a great question, Tristan. We definitely want to improve the avatars with on-air. Ideally, we want to make it where you have the option to not actually have the on-air logo, but maybe show the name of I think Google
Initials,
was
yeah.
the initials. I think Google was the main ones that made that sort of a big thing. But so it looks just like the initials, and there's no on-air logo. So we definitely want to add that, and maybe even add the ability for folks to upload their own avatars as well. But we'll definitely start with the basics of just the name.
Yep.
Bill says, again, is there a way to have closed captioning in StreamYard? You want to take that one, Dan?
Yeah, and sorry if we've already asked you this, Bill, but with whenever we get asked about captions, I'm always curious just to learn more about exactly what you're referring to. So with closed captions, is this you want to actually, some people call it like burn in the captions into the video. So in other words, they're just part of the video itself. You could download this video or send it anywhere, and you will just have the captions as part of the video, but they're not translatable or anything. Or is this something like with on air you want to have captions? I know like YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, they all generate captions automatically. So that's why I'm always just curious why exactly you want captions. Like, are they not good enough on those platforms and you want to kind of, have us do it in a different way? Or is it a pre-recorded stream where you want to upload captions? Or is it you want to actually have captions in the studio where you can see what other people are saying? There's kind of all sorts of different captions requests we get. So I'm always curious just to learn more exactly what you're referring to.
Cool. Let's see what else we had here. Tammy says, I'm still struggling to get StreamYard to connect to my Facebook groups. Who should I contact? I know it's most likely my technical challenges. Thanks for tuning in tonight with us, Tammy. We do have 24/7 support who would be more than happy to walk you through every single step. So if you just go to StreamYard.com/contact, in the bottom right, there's a little chat icon there, and there's one to contact live support. And they'll definitely help you figure that out and make sure that you get connected.
If you are, I know you said you've been struggling with it for a year, so I'm guessing maybe you've already reached out to them as well. It's good to check back in. There are issues with Facebook once in a while that affect very specific people or very specific groups. And usually if we haven't already, and when you're contacting support, we can actually basically report that as an issue to Facebook to make sure they're looking at your specific case. And it's not that often that it will affect just one person. Usually, like if there's an issue, it's like something that affects a whole bunch of people on Facebook. But sometimes they do have these one-off cases on Facebook, and we have to actually let them know about the issue, and then they can kind of solve it for you. So this might be one of those cases. If you've already chatted with support and asked them about it and Facebook wasn't able to resolve it yet, maybe try reaching out again and we can see what we can do.
Cool. Should we go ahead and start queuing up the giveaway for tonight, Dan?
Let's do it.
Dean says, first time. I assume that's square one, starting from square one. Where do I start? That's a great question, Dean. It depends how you like to learn. If you're into just sort of trying stuff out, I would just go to StreamYard.com, sign up for the free plan, and try doing an unlisted or record-only stream to see how things work. As part of signing up, you'll get an email too that has like a video walking through stuff. Or you can go straight to the YouTube channel that you're already on. The pinned video there has a full walkthrough of StreamYard.
Yep.
Hey, Joe, nice to see you. It's been a bit. Hope you're doing well. I'm enjoying some of these streaming goals. I see lots of sub goals. I saw one goal that was to have just have fun. That's a great goal.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. So for anyone who hasn't been to one of these streams before, we always do a giveaway towards the end. To be eligible, all you have to do is type in hashtag the yard. And tonight we'll give away one of those pillows. Oh, wrong side. Pillows that I have in the background there. We'll give away, it's been a while since we did a t-shirt. We'll give away one of the t-shirt that Dan has on, and we'll also do a StreamYard sweater. So yeah, just type in hashtag the yard. It only counts once, and you'll be eligible. And if you're ever interested in doing one of these giveaways on your own, we do have this tool available if you go to StreamYard.com/giveaway.
Cool.
Thanks for the clarification. Bill, Burn-In Ministry wants to be able to reach other demographics. Good to know.
And sorry, Bill, just to follow up, I'd be curious where you're streaming to. as well. Like, because, say you're streaming to YouTube, YouTube should have captions. So is this, maybe it's the recording you're downloading and then sending somewhere? Is it like a kind of a custom platform that doesn't have captions? Would love to know that. Thanks, Bill.
All right, we'll maybe give 5 more seconds or so here for folks getting their hashtag the yards. Looks like it's mostly, it went up by a couple, I guess, but it's almost stable.
Yep.
Let's see. Dave says, hey guys, any update on embedding on air with chat functionality? Been waiting on this. Thanks for all you do. StreamYard rocks. Thanks, Dave. Glad you're a fan of StreamYard. It's definitely a high priority to get that out. Any thoughts on that one, Dan?
I'm not sure when it will be coming, like to the exact day, but I know the team is working on it, and I'm hoping it's very soon.
Cool. Hopefully that's helpful. Thanks.
It's
Dave.
definitely on our list, though. It's not like hopefully one day we add this. It's very much we're already kind of working on this, and it's on. I mean, there's several things we're working on air because there's just so many different features you want to add, but it is right up there.
I still see it climbing up a bit, so maybe I'll do one more question and then we'll run it. Christopher says, can we designate an outro video where the stream ends after the video? That's a good question, Christopher. We don't have a super on Rails way to do it in the future. Definitely want to think about making that easier. The way that Dan and I do it for our streams, and that a lot of folks, the way a lot of folks do it, is what we'll do is towards the end of the stream, we'll simply play the outro video as a video clip and also display a thumbnail image that I sort of want to be the closing thumbnail image, because when it comes to the Z-axis or where things sort of land on the overall video output, the video is going to be on top. So after the video ends, rather than it cutting back to you, it'll cut to the video image, and then you can just end the stream. And the final result will be a nice professional stream outro. So hopefully that's helpful until we make it a little bit more on Rails.
One big benefit of that too is all the platforms kind of end at slightly different times, just because there's like different delays in how they end the streams. And so it is nice to kind of play that outro and then just leave an image up for 5 seconds or so. So they all kind of end consistently. You don't end up cutting part of that outro video out. So that's part of the reason we haven't launched something that just auto plays it yet.
Yep.
All right. It's still kind of going up, but I think.
Okay, sorry. One last one, and then we'll play it. I'll do the drum roll as well. Charnel says, "Thanks for the clarification, Charnel. Yes, ad is an advertisement. It seems my group and page followers are not seeing the scheduled event like before. Thanks for addressing it." So, sorry. Go ahead, Dan.
I just said interesting.
So
should be seeing it.
Yeah, they should be seeing it, Charnel. We do work pretty closely with Facebook. We worked especially close with them as they were rolling out this new functionality around events. So if you could reach out to support either through email, contact@streamyard.com. That's probably the easiest way, so you can have all the details there over the live chat. It'd be great to get more information from you in terms of the exact groups and pages and what's changed, and we can maybe go deeper with Facebook on what may be happening there. But it should work the same in terms of notifications and everything.
Yep.
All right. Let me grab.
Slightly different, but it should be very close to how it worked before. All right, let's do this. Good luck, everyone.
Should I get the background music then? Just a sec.
And as a reminder, this is for a t-shirt, a pillow, and a sweater.
All right, we got Dan's. We're gonna have to have a high quality version of it at some point, but it's pretty good for now. All right, ready?
Good luck, everyone.
CJ, congrats. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. If you could shoot an email to contact@streamyard.com with your information so that we can figure out where to ship everything to you and also collect your size and everything like that. We'd love to ship you your prize. Thanks again, and congrats again.
Cool. Congrats.
All right. And with that, this was episode 210 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. There was tons of questions again tonight. So if any of the ones that we missed, hopefully we can get to them next time. We'll see you next week at the same time. And it's always a pleasure hanging out with all of you. We'll see you next week.
Cool. And this is also going to be an example of what we were referring to with the outro, where we put up an image and then play a video, and then the image comes back and then we end it. See you next week, everyone.